Imagine you buying a block of land and getting approval for 2 houses or 2 lots on a subdivision in just 10 business days. And no months of waiting, no endless back and forth. Don't laugh it off yet. Smart investors have already set their plans into motion, put on the exploration caps in search for best land deals in Australia. And if you stay with me for the next 5 minutes, you can join that race too. And you can crack $1 million in equity deals. Hi, I'm Oxin Reza, and on this channel, we talk about real numbers, real strategies, real outcomes for everyday Australians. Now, if you are here for the first time, please hit the like and subscribe button here. Let's get right into this. So from 16th of October, if you are looking to build 2 houses on a lot in Victoria, you'll be able to lodge your planning applications through VicSmart, the state's fast-track permit process for eligible developments. Now, normally planning process can drag up for about 60 days or more with delays and neighbor objections, slowing things down even further. Under VicSmart, if your application meets the planning rules, it can be assessed in just 10 business days because the requirements are super clear. The Department of Transport and Planning announced this change on 18th of September through the Amendments Act. From mid-October, it applies to 3 key scenarios. Number 1, building 2 houses on a lot. So adding a second dwelling or a second home on the lot and creating 2-lot subdivision. In practical terms, this means that you can double the house on a site and add a second home for a family or an investment, or split the land into 2 separate sellable titles. These reforms are designed to cut through the red tape and get more homes delivered faster, particularly in established suburbs where people already want to live close by, close to schools, jobs, transport, and essential services. So if your planning application ticks all the boxes, you can now use the VicSmart. Now, here is what that means. 10 days business permit process means that approvals are in weeks, not months. No more advertising means that neighbors don't get notified, which avoids a lot of these objections. And the preset information requirements so that you can lodge what's needed, nothing extra. Compare that to the 60-day turnaround cycle in the process. You see why this is such a game changer for people trying to do developments or splitting lands in Victoria. Let's look at a few examples to help you better understand VicSmart. Let's suppose you buy a site for $900,000, which has a house at the front and a 3-meter side entrance on the side. Now you build a house at the back. Let's say it cost you between $600,000 to $650,000. The total cost of the project comes to about $1.5 to $1.6 million, but the total value of the project comes down to about $2.2 million. That's almost $500,000 to $600,000 in equity, manufactured equity that you have just attained in under 10 days through the planning approval. Of course, you're going to spend, maybe 6 months to 8 months building it, but you have saved at least 6 months to a year in council and objections from the neighbors and massive holding costs for over that 12-month period. The second example here is where you subdivide and sell. So let's understand this scenario as well. Let's presume the same example of you buying a property for $900,000 and you spend 10 days in getting a pre-approval of building a dwelling at the back. In this scenario, you're not actually going out there and building a dwelling, but what you're doing is you're just subdividing the land at the front and selling the back. And that's a perfect opportunity because technically you could sell the land at the back with plans and permits in place for roughly about $500,000 to $600,000. That is you reducing your debt from $900,000 to almost $300,000 to $400,000 while keeping your own principal place of residence intact. Amazing 2 strategies that VicSmart allows you to do it at a fast-paced environment while still claiming your principal place of residence on your property. Now, please don't constitute this as financial advice, financial planning advice. Speak to your accountant, your broker, and your qualified property investment advisor to get proper advice around this. But of course, the VicSmart does not come without the eligibility criteria. And this is very important for you to understand before you dive right in. There would be eligibility zones such as mixed use, townships, residential growth, general residential zones, neighborhood character zones, and the new housing choice and transport zones. Areas that are not eligible are low density residential zones. Also overlays like heritage, flood, bushfire, native vegetation can make you ineligible. There are certain design guidelines that still apply, such as setbacks, height restrictions, site coverage, frontages, overlooking, shadowing. So we're looking at clause 55 and clause 59 objectives that must be met for Victorian planning provisions. So from 16th of October, building 2 homes or creating 2 lots can be approved in 10 business days under VicSmart. For investors and developers, this means that you can move a lot more faster, reduce the holding cost, and deliver homes in high demand suburbs and catch on the capital growth side of things at the same time. If you're ready to buy, design smart, and clear the overlays, Victoria just gave you the green light. And if you're looking for opportunities in Victoria, then you can reach out to us at info@investorpartner.com.au, or you can jump onto our website at investorpartner.com.au. Hit our socials to check out some of the live examples. And if this content was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more straight talking property investment strategies. Now, drop into the comments if you have done developments before and if you've come around, objections from the clients, objections from the neighbors and the councils, providing roadblocks into your development journey. And what's holding you back if you've kickstarted your property portfolio? I've got plenty more content coming your way on smart property selection, financing strategies, and building a property portfolio that actually performs and helps you retire quicker. Until next time, stay smart, be kind, take care, keep investing, keep smiling. This is Mosh checking out. Adios.